you'll hear me congratulate you. First time Ironman 70.3 athletes, raise your hand proudly. First timers. Give them a big round of applause for the journey to get here. You guys remembered to train, right? Good. All right. You guys are going to have a great day tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. The weather is finally cooperating, right? And I think we're going to have a great day. Let's see. Is Chris back there? Oh, I don't see him yet. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Athlete briefing is a short 30-minute briefing. I go through basically what's in the athlete guide that I know all of you have been reading religiously for the past month about all of things about this race. We have a few changes that I'll go through. But the most important thing is that if I don't answer your question through this briefing, I want you to come up to the stage and ask me personally what your question is, okay? Because we want to make sure that you are ready for tomorrow's event, okay? So no matter what the question is, if I didn't answer it, come on up and we'll answer all questions. We'll stay as long as we need to answer all your questions, okay? All right. First thing, bike check-in. How many people have checked their bike in already? Got that done, great. If you haven't checked your bike in, you got till 5 o'clock today. 5 o'clock, bike check-in. It's in the transition. It's right over there past those trees. Can't miss it. It's a big field with lots of bike racks in it, and all the bike racks are numbered according to your race number. Okay, so you'll find your rack, you put your bike in there. Make sure your number's on your bike before you go over there, because the volunteers will not let you put your bike in unless your number's on it. All right, if you look at your wristband, there's a number on it. Okay, that number corresponds with the number that's on your bike. All right. Tomorrow when you check your bike out, make sure you keep that wristband on till after the race. Make sure you don't take the number off your bike until you get the bike checked out. Okay, when you check your bike out, the volunteers are going to look at that number on your wristband. They're going to look at the number on your bike, and if they don't correspond, that means you're trying to upgrade your bike. Okay, no upgrading bikes after the race. All right. The other nice thing we do, we try to get our family members involved with the race. You can take the checkout ticket that we gave you and give that to a family member. Now, during the run course, that's after 2 o'clock, if you're on the run course still, they can check your bike out for you if they have that checkout ticket, okay? So hopefully they know what bike you are. They'll have the number on it, and they know what gear it is. They can check that all out for you and then come back and see you finish, okay? All right, you've probably heard, I think the news travels pretty fast, but the swim has been canceled for safety reasons. Number one, your safety. We're not going to put anybody into water that is unsafe for you to swim in. It's the current, not the quality of the water. The quality of the water actually is okay, but the current is too fast for the safety of athletes and the safety of our water personnel. Okay, we cannot safely put kayaks out there or people that could save you, so we're not going to be able to have a swim. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a bike and a run. So you're going to start on the bike, and you're going to do your 56-mile bike ride, and then you're going to do a 13.1-mile run tomorrow. Okay, so the sequence is a little bit different. Times and cutoff times all stay the same, but you probably won't have to get here as early tomorrow. So what we're going to do, we're still going to open the transition at 5 o'clock. If you want to get here at 5 o'clock, you're more than welcome. Remember, you put your bike in already. So tomorrow, basically what you're going to do is when you get to transition, you're going to lay out your run stuff. Okay, no need to bring your swim stuff, your wetsuit and all that stuff. You're just going to wear your cycling gear here to the race, and you're going to put your run stuff under your bike. Okay, everybody has the same amount of room. It's the length of your bike and the width of your handlebars. That's your spot in the transition. All right, lay your run stuff out, and then get ready to go. All right, now in the transition, we're going to have lots of pumps. If you want to bring your own bike pump, you're more than welcome to bring your own bike pump. Okay, but we have about 75 to 100 pumps, and we never buy pumps at Ironman. You know where we get our pumps? We get them from you guys, because you guys leave your pumps after the race. Okay, so if you left a pump at a race last year and you see that pump tomorrow, you can take it home. All right, feel free. It's your pump. You left it. All right. So pump up your tire, get ready to go, get your helmet all set to go, and get your gear on, and then get ready to race. Okay. The transition opens at 5. We'll body mark you outside transition, but the first athlete is not going to start till 7:50, and those are the pros. Okay, since we have a timeline with our police, the police are set for a certain time for the roads to close. Our first athlete would have been on the bike course at 7:50, so we're going to start our pros at 7:50. Age groupers will probably begin starting, okay, it's going to be a rolling start from the bike, time trial start, at about 8 to 8:05 to 8:10 maybe, depending on how many pros we have. We'll find out today at the pro meeting. We'll start them first, and then we'll start our age groupers. It's going to be based on your race number. So if you have a low race number, you're going to be starting earlier than if you would have a high race number. Now, after the meeting, and I did this at noon, I asked you to come up for questions. The one question I don't want you to come and ask is, what time am I going to start? All right, I'm going to give you the times right now, and then you're going to try to figure out where you're going to start in that time. The first athlete is going off at 7:50. That's for sure. Okay. The last athlete is going off at 9:30. Okay, those are the two times I know. Now, you can come up and tell me your number, and I can take a guess at what time you're going to start. But I know you're going to start between 7:50 and 9:30. All right? Okay, I'll leave it right there. All right, now, the other thing that we're going to do for you is we're going to leave transition open. There's no reason to close it. Okay? So if you are number 2,856, all right, you know you're going to start later in the day. You're going to start before 9:30, you know that. But you don't have to be here at 5 a.m., do you?
No.
Unless you really want to. You could probably get here about 8, about 7:30, and have plenty of time to get your bike ready and get ready to go, be at your rack. What we're going to do is we'll call out the racks based on your race number and then get you in line and start you. Now, I don't know how fast we're going to start. We're going to base that on how many people pick up packets. All right? How many people pick up packets. We're going to base that on the time we have, the 2 hours we have to start you, and then we're going to see how many athletes, two athletes per second that we go. I'm guessing it's going to be right around 4 to 5 seconds that we'll send 2 athletes, each 4 to 5 seconds. Okay? Now the start's going to be very simple. You're going to have an orange line there. That's where you're going to get on your bike. And then you're going to start pedaling when we say go. But your time doesn't start till you're a little bit farther down the road where the timing mat will be. Okay, the timing mat's actually going to be after you start pedaling, maybe 10 or 12 pedals. Okay, because they want you moving along. We don't want to put the timing mat right at where you get on the bike, because you know what happens then. Everybody falls over. Okay, so we'll get you started. Your time starts when you go over that mat. You'll see it. It's a black tape line on the ground. And that's when your bike starts. Everybody starts individually, okay? Now, if you're number 127, get there early, because you'll be starting early in the day. If you're number 2,500, you got plenty of time to wait, okay? But you will start by 9:30. Now, if you have a friend that has a different number than you, let's say you're number 601, and you have a friend that is number 942, and you'd like to sort of ride together, not draft, but ride together, the 600 number can go back, all right? But the higher number cannot move up. Everybody understand that? Okay, so if you chose as a lower number to go later in the time trial, that's fine. All right, if you're number 400 and you want to wait till to be the last bike of the day, you can do that. All right, but if you're number 2,556, you can't move up to the 300s. Okay, so that's the way we're going to start. It's going to be on the road. We'll have it all set up. There'll be a big sound system out there, and we'll get you all set to go. And you can have everything on, your helmet, your shoes, all that good stuff. Okay, that's how we're going to start it. And you're going to do a 56-mile bike ride and a 13-mile run. Now, the cutoffs are going to be the same as they were if we had a swim. Okay, we don't have a swim, so you don't have to worry about the 1 hour and 10. There are hard cutoffs on the bike course because we got to open the roads at 108 at aid station 3, which is about mile 42. You have to be there by 108 or you get a bus ride home. Okay, and then the final bike cutoff is at 2, I believe. Hang on just a second, I got it. Final bike cutoff is at 2:16. Now again, those times are based on when we had a swim. So if you're thinking, gee, I'm not going to make that time, those times were based on 13 miles an hour if we started the last swimmer at 10:06. All right, our last biker is going to start at 9:30. So it's based on about 9 miles an hour. now. So plenty of time. All right, I doubt that we'll be cutting anybody at 1:08 p.m. or at 2:16, but we have to if you don't go that far. Now, there are no personal cutoff times anymore. Remember the 5 hours and 30 minutes for the swim and the bike and the 8 hours and 30 minutes for the total? Those are gone. Okay, take as long as you want, as long as you get those time of day times. 1:08 at the third aid station, 2:16 by the end of the bike, and then on the run, you must start the second loop by 3:49. Very liberal. Okay, you guys will all be fine. All right, 56-mile bike ride. We had a couple changes on it. It's actually on the Tracker app right now. Okay, everybody got the Ironman Tracker on their phones? If you don't, put it on your phone. It's a great, great, great tracker because your family members and friends can track you on the race tomorrow. They just put your name or your number in there. They know exactly where you are. They'll know when you started. They'll know what mile mark you're on the bike because we got trackers out there. We got some mile markers out there. And then on the run, they'll know where you're at because every time you go over a mat, it tells us where you are. Okay. If you wear the chip we gave you, if you get a replacement chip, just the number of the chip's going to come up. So make sure that you bring that chip that we gave you and wear it around your ankle. Okay, either ankle. Okay. Raise your hand high if you are going to have a mechanical problem tomorrow. Raise your hand. Okay. At one meeting, I had nobody raise their hand, so I told them we were going to cancel the mechanics. No one expects to have a mechanical problem. All right, but about 40 or 50 of you are going to. That's our average for this size race. If you carry a tube and you carry a CO2 and you carry those little plastic things, you'll be able to change your tire and probably get back on the road before the mechanics find you. Okay? There's going to be 5 or 6 mechanics from Bicycle World out there. They're going to be going around the course and they're going to find people that have mechanicals. They're going to help them. All right, and they will eventually find you. All right, but do yourself a favor and start changing that tire. Okay? If you have something that slows you down, get to an aid station. We'll call it in and get you some help. Okay? The bike course has been changed. The part that we took out was underwater. Okay? We were thinking about doing a bike swim bike, but that wouldn't have worked. You would have had to swim with your bike. So we took that part out. All right? So the new roads are very nice. It's all very well marked with orange arrows. You'll see it. Okay? When you're out there, you won't get lost. But there's one thing that we couldn't change. We couldn't change the aid station positions because those were all figured out there at schools and places like that. So aid station 1 is still at mile 16. Okay, aid station 2 now is about 8 miles away. Okay, so about 23, 24. Okay, and then the third aid station is still at 44. So there's a 20-mile difference between 2 and 3. That's a little longer than most of our aid stations usually are. They're usually 15 to 18. So remember that. Load up on number 2 because you got 20 miles to go to get to number 3. Okay? The aid stations are also very important to watch out for other people. Most of our bike-on-bike mishaps where tires touch happen at aid stations because athletes do unpredictable things at aid stations. They stop. They go right. They go left. They speed up. They do all sorts of things. So watch out for each other at aid stations, all right? Because we don't want you touching tires. Talk to each other, all right? If you're going through the aid station, you don't want anything, don't put your head down on your aero bars and just go. Keep your head up and watch out for people. Same thing on the rest of the course. All right, we want you to ride just like you did when you trained. You watched out for cars. Okay, this is a first-year race. First time we've had this course. Okay, there are people that live on the course. All right, we've notified them. There's been signboards out there for a long time, but some of these people are going to go to church on Sunday. They're going to pull out of their driveway and going to say, "What in the world is going on? There's all these people riding their bikes on my road." Okay, and they will be taken off the course at the next intersection, where the police will kindly show them how to go to church, not on the course. Okay, but be careful. All right, keep your heads up at all times. And watch out for those people, all right? Be courteous to them, because they live here, all right? The other thing on the course is we have aid stations. That's where you throw off all your garbage, okay? You're going to start the race with a couple of bottles, okay? Bring all that nutrition tomorrow, lay out your transition in the morning, and then put your bottles on. Mile 15, you can change out bottles if you want, and then the second aid station, third aid station. But anytime you throw something off your bike, you throw it at the aid station. If you throw it at any other time, it's a penalty. Blue card, 5-minute penalty. That's littering. All right, so don't litter. Okay. The other thing on the bike course, always ride to the right and pass on the left. That's real important. Even if you're a real fast cyclist and you're always passing people, whenever you pass somebody, move to the right if there's nobody there. Okay. And then the draft zone is 6 bike lengths. You have 25 seconds to pass, and once you pass somebody, they have to move out of your draft zone. Okay? All right. 56-mile bike, you're going to come back into transition. You're going to take your helmet off after you rack your bike, and all your run stuff is right there because you placed it there in the morning. Okay? You can put a bag there. You can put whatever you want there. Just make sure that everything is below your bike tomorrow morning. Don't leave any bags along the fence line. All right? Your run stuff, most important thing is that bib number, that paper number. You have to wear that during the run. Okay? Shoes, all that good stuff, put it on. And then you're going to start the run the same way. When you put your bike in today, you saw the arches, you saw the bike out arch, the run out arch. Hopefully you know how to get to your bike after the bike is over, and then which way to go on the run. It's usually a flow through in there. All right? Run course, 13.1 miles. It's going to be warm, so start to hydrate, okay, even tonight. And then it's 2 loops. Okay, you're going to go down on this side of the river. There's a section that you'll see an arch. You'll see a Hoka arch. That's actually going to be a time trial section where it starts at mile 1.7 on the first lap. America, the bike company is supporting that along with Waco Running. It's a 2.5-mile section, a little hilly, but we'll have a timing mat at the beginning and the end. And the fastest 3 age group male and female athletes will receive prizes from Waco Running for that one section on the first lap. Okay, and then you go over to the other side of the river, and you're going to run along that side of the river, which is a little bit of change from what we wanted to do. We wanted to run on the path along the river, but again, that's underwater, and we didn't want to have you swimming there, so we put you on the road, which is a little bit higher. Okay, it's the same distance, and you're right along the river. Okay, you're going to come over this bridge after lap number 1, and then go back onto your second lap. The second time you come, don't come over this bridge. You're going to go under the bridge and then over to this bridge to finish. Okay? So make sure you do that on your second loop. Every mile there's an aid station. So you have access to the Gatorade, the Cliff Bars, the water, ice, those type of things at every mile. Also first aid at every aid station. Okay? If you get tired anytime, go to an aid station. We will sag you in, okay, from the bike or the run. The other thing, if there is bad weather, inclement weather, we don't expect it. Expect it to be a nice day like today. But if there is lightning or thunder, get to a safe place. All right, use your common sense and get to a safe place. Okay? All right. After the race, we'll have the finish line. Athlete food will be in the registration tent that you went through, and then we'll have the awards ceremony right here. Okay, everything stays the same with the spots to World Championship and age group awards, 5 deep in every division, and all that stays exactly the same. Okay, 2 things, 2 most important things. All right, I'm going to give you 2 goals for tomorrow. All right, the first goal is easy because you trained hard and you're ready. I want you to finish the race. All right, give yourselves a round of applause for getting this far. You're going to finish. Now, the second goal is a little harder. All right, but I want every one of you guys to do this tomorrow, especially first timers. I want you to look 10 volunteers in the eye during your journey, and I want you to say thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me. All right, you're going to do that. It might take you a couple of seconds longer, and you won't get your PR, but you will feel good about yourself. The volunteers, 1,800 of them are going to be out here helping you. Nice. Fantastic. Waco has opened their arms to us. Fantastic place. I've met so many friendly people here. You guys are going to have a great time. The only thing you can really take care of tomorrow is your attitude. Okay? So come with a positive attitude, smile all day long, and have a great race. Okay? Good luck, everybody. Come on up and ask me any question you want. And then at 3 o'clock, come back for the pro panel.